Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Priscilla. Today we're going to talk about lighting. A lot of people ask me, the lighting looks drab in my renderings. How do I make it bright and crisp? What do you consider to be the most important element for making a dramatic rendering? I would say light is the first dramatic tool, and the second will be contrast. In real life, an object can contain dozens of different values over its surface, but renderers often simplify it to 4: light, highlight, shade, and shadow. Light is defined as the area that receives full direct light. Highlight is the limited area that directly reflects light back at the viewer. Shade is the area that does not receive direct light, but does get reflected light bounce onto it from adjacent surface. Shadow is the absence of light on the surface caused by any other object blocking the light from reaching it, which means casting a shadow. Shadows often do not receive reflected light and are darker than shade. Here are 6 boxes set up with the top surface of the box as the highlight value, left surface as the light value, right surface as shade, and a cast shadow on the ground plane. So box 1 has a straightforward standard value spectrum. White as the highlight value, 1 grade 3 as light value, 1 grade 5 as shade, and 7 as cast shadow. Here we have box 2. Box 2 is a more diffused soft lighting, so I used 1 grade 1 as highlight value, and 1 grade 3 as the light value, 1 grade 5 as shade, and 7 as the cast shadow. Here are some things to look for when observing light effects. So the first thing is, with single source light, every different surface of an object is a different value, which means it's in different shade of gray because it reflects a different amount of light to your eyes. Second thing is the edges of shadows soften as they move away from their casting source. So shadow cast by tall, thin objects, such as street light poles, fade rapidly as they move away from the pole due to atmospheric field light. The third thing is shade and shadow areas are often darker than they may first appear. And the last thing is the edges of large shadow areas often appear darker than the inside. So box 3, a simplified system is used for box 3 with one value of both light and highlight, and second one is for shade and shadow. So as you can see, I used white for highlight value and light value. So for the shade and cast shadow, I used 1 grade 5. Here's the fourth one. Box 4 emphasizes the shadow value in black. Here's another tip on using light. Don't be afraid to use bright light and strong dark shadows. People are psychologically attracted to light and repelled by darkness. Rich, radiant light is inviting, while darkness is ominous, scary. Overcast light is dreary and depressing for most people. Here's another tip on using light is establish the darkest dark and the lightest light right at the start of adding the colors and values to a rendering, in order to give a range to judge the rest of the values against. The last tip on using light is use a minimum of 4 values for a highly rendered object: light, highlight, shade, and shadow. For simplified work, use 3 values: light, shade, and shadow. And for background or low-key illustration, try 2 values, light, and 1 value for both shade and shadow combined. So that's all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe my channel. See you guys next time. Bye.